Hello, and welcome to Broadcast News. I'm Mark Rossman. On this week's edition, you will hear about affordable housing for veterans, a shelter program for men in need, and East Brunswick's new mayor. The State Motor Vehicle Commission will examine what it would take to move a primary form of identification out of an individual's wallet and into smartphones. Legislation calling for a study into the development and implementation of a digital driver's license smartphone application was recently signed by Governor Chris Christie. The examination is expected to focus on the advantages, costs, and risks associated with a move away from a traditional driver's license. State Assemblyman Ronald Dancer was a sponsor of the legislation and said the use of the app would allow the Motor Vehicle Commission to update licenses instantly and reduce the number of trips by motorists to its offices, while also giving drivers the ability to register their vehicles electronically. A cost-benefit analysis will provide information that will help lawmakers to determine if the app makes sense and is worth testing, according to Dancer. With more news, here is Jennifer Amato.
A former member of the East Brunswick Board of Education has been appointed as the 31st mayor of the township. Kevin McAvoy told attendees of Monday night's council meeting that its priority will be keeping taxes stable. McAvoy is finishing former Mayor David Stahl's term since Stahl was appointed last month as a municipal court judge in Woodbridge. However, the Democratic Party chairman said he is unsure if McAvoy will be the party-appointed mayoral candidate in November. For more details on McAvoy's service to the township and for Stahl's intended plans as a judge, see this week's East Brunswick Sentinel.
More than 70 affordable housing units in a section of the sprawling Jackson 21 development in Jackson Township will be made available to qualified military veterans who have low and moderate incomes. The Jackson Township Council has entered into a Veterans Preference Agreement with the Gardens at Jackson 21 under rules established by the Fair Housing Act of New Jersey. With the agreement in place, veterans who served during a war or other emergency conditions will be able to apply for affordable housing in the Garden section of Jackson 21. Affordable housing is sold or rented below prevailing market rates. Jackson 21 is a residential and commercial project that is eventually expected to include 1,500 residential units and 3 million square feet of commercial space off Interstate 195 in Jackson. The Freehold Clergy Association's Emergency Housing and Advocacy Program, now in its 12th year, continues to provide overnight emergency housing and advocacy to men in need. During the winter of 2014-15, the program assisted 35 men by providing shelter and meals on numerous nights. Houses of worship in Howell, Freehold Township, Manalapan, Freehold Borough, and Millstone Township serve as hosts for the emergency shelter program on a rotating basis. Over the years, the initiative has evolved to include advocacy services such as assistance in finding permanent housing, employment and medical care, and other social services. Program directors say participants receive guidance that helps them to achieve their goals. Men from all walks of life have been assisted during the past decade. For more information on how to donate to the program, call 908-902-0769 or 848-459-6215. And now, here is Tim Morris with sports.
The late Jack Cunert meant more to Freehold Borough and Freehold Township communities than being a basketball coach, although he was certainly that as the head coach of the Colonials for more than a quarter century. He was an outstanding math teacher and mentor at Freehold, as well as an active member of the Freehold Township community where he lived. When the boys' basketball teams from Freehold and Freehold Township played during the season, one game is designated as the Jack Cunert Memorial Game. This year it was February 8th at Freehold, where the Colonials play on Coach Cunert Court. Marquis Gill gave the home fans something to cheer about, scoring on this difficult shot. Coach Cunert would have been proud of the defense and hustle displayed by both teams in this rivalry game. This end-to-end action results in a three-point shot by Nick Facendo. The Patriots, who are headed towards another division title, demonstrated why they are on top. It is their balanced offense. They can score inside with players like John Carroll and Ryan Sikowski. And they can hit teams with the long ball. Bobby Weezy scores 3 from long range. Ashanti Worthy did his best to keep his club in the game, creating a three-point play here. In the 60-42 triumph, the Patriots showed that they can run a classic fast break. This is Tim Morris for Greater Media Newspapers.
In sports, every battle comes with a start time. But our battles don't begin with a coin flip, and they don't end when the whistle blows. Our opponents, wind, rain, time, and chance, are always present. We wage a battle against darkness, against powerlessness. We're fighting right now, a team of more than 9,000. And if you don't notice us, that means we're winning.
Here is Kenny Walter.
The fate of New Jersey's multi-year pursuit of legalized sports betting currently lies in the hands of a dozen federal judges who are slated to hear the case later this month. The state will argue for the legalization of sports betting on February 17th in Philadelphia in front of 12 Third Circuit Court of Appeals judges. Monmouth Park's development plans, including an indoor water park, hotel, and other amenities, are tied to the additional revenue projected from sports betting. For more information, please visit gmnews.com.
Thank you for joining us. Please visit gmnews.com next week for a new edition of Broadcast News.